Hey fam, how you doing? I just got finished taking my little friend out for her walk. Let me show you. Can you see it? There she is. Yes, that's my new friend. I just took her out for a walk and I wanted to talk about the curse of comfort and convenience. We'll talk about why it's a curse, and we'll also talk about some steps that we can take today, okay? These are actionable steps that we can take to help us break free from the trap of comfort and convenience. To my Finding My Tribe fam, thank you for being here to see a new video. And if you're new here, welcome. Quick introduction, I'm Ronnie Light. I am a mother, a wife, a traveler. I am a 10-year expat, traveling the world, looking for those places and spaces that make me feel like sunlight. And if you're on a similar journey, if you know that you deserve the best out of life and you're looking for that space, those places, the community, the people that will help uplift you, get you, then hit that subscribe button. Hit notifications so you know when I upload another video. And let's get into this topic, the curse of comfort and convenience. So why is comfort and convenience a curse? If you see me looking down, it's because I have some notes and I want to make sure that I don't forget anything. The first reason is it keeps you limited and somewhat ignorant. You don't know what you don't know. The first time that I left the States, I went to Paris, right? And at that time, I thought that the U.S. was the greatest thing ever. It was the greatest country in the world. And I thought that I understood the world, okay? Just because I'm from the U.S. and because I see so many people from different cultures coming to the U.S. So I'm thinking, all right, well, this must be the best place since everybody in the world is here. So I thought that I knew everything. Took my first trip overseas, first international trip to Paris. And it took me about a day to figure out that I didn't know anything. First, let's start with the language, right? Because at that time, I only spoke English. So how is it possible to know everything about the world and I only speak one language? Second of all, I remember the first thing I was drawn to was like this beautiful display of like desserts. And this was in the airport. And it's just like, I don't know, the way that it looked, it was just like, oh, like it was calling me. So I just like walked over and I just was staring. I couldn't believe how beautiful this dessert looked. I was like, wow, you know what I'm saying? The artistry of it, it was just gorgeous. I got to the hotel and I walked around and I saw the beautiful buildings, the architecture, what have you. And I never saw buildings that looked like that before. So I'm like, okay, wow. So I'm listening to this beautiful language. I'm looking at people wearing gorgeous clothes. So I found out real quick that I didn't know anything about anything. So that first trip was the start of what I would call real education, okay? Reality education. Getting out of the bubble of the States or of the West, and you start to really see how the world works. Who would I be if I never took that trip, Because after that trip, I was like, okay, I have to continue doing this. I have to continue to travel. I have to continue to see the world. I have to continue to educate myself on what's really happening, right? And not only that, but one of the big things that trip did for me was it taught me that I have choices. Like, wait a second. I've been living a certain way all of my life. But if I wanted to change that, okay, if I wanted to live in a completely different location, speak a completely different language, I can do that. And that was like one of the main things that I learned. I was like, I have choices. I can choose the life that I want, right? I have a choice here. Before I took that first trip, I didn't know that I had a choice. I was just like, well, this is the way it is. I'm in the best country and that's it. Please. After that first trip, I lost weight, ate the best food, discovered I wasn't allergic to apples, and knew that I had been lied to. So next, comfort and convenience can be a curse because it keeps you from self-actualizing. So what is the definition of self-actualization? Let's read it, okay? So self-actualization is the process of realizing and fulfilling your personal potential, abilities, and goals. It's about becoming the best version of yourself and achieving a sense of purpose and meaning in your life. When I was younger, one of my biggest fears was public speaking. And that was because I used to stutter. I had a really bad stuttering problem. Whenever I would get excited, my brain would be like on 1,000. It's like my thoughts would just like fly, like zoom, 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 right? And my mouth, and when I would try to talk, it's like my mouth was trying to keep up with my thoughts and it couldn't keep up. I remember I had to go to a speech therapy at this, we called it the trailer, right? So I had to go to the trailer outside the school just for speech therapy because I really did have a stuttering problem. And I just remember like sitting in class, listening to my classmates like stand up and speak and express themselves clearly. And that's one of my life goals. I was like, one day I'll be able to do that. And fast forward, when I was teaching in a university in China with 70 plus students, I realized that I was kind of living my dream. One day I was walking back from class and I was just kind of like in awe of my accomplishments, how well I was doing over there, you know, in a place that was just so different from my country, how well I was teaching students, how well I was performing over there, huge classroom of students, and how brave I was. You know, I just was reflecting on how far I'd come. And I was just thinking, like, what if I never left? Like, what if I never left the States? Would I be doing this now? Even in the States? And the answer is hell no. Okay? I had a lot of fear doing things in the States for some reason. And what traveling internationally did, okay, now here's somebody mowing the damn lawn when I'm trying to make a video. Come on, dude, come on, get out of here. Go somewhere else. Why does this happen? I'm trying to get something done. And here you are with mowing the lawn over here. These are the things that happen. Anyway, I'm currently on a house sit, so a fabulous house sit. So this lady, she has gardeners coming over, and she has her own cleaners. So I don't have to clean up too much. So I can't complain too much. But we're gonna have to move locations. This is becoming extremely annoying. Sorry for the rant. But I'm sure you can understand how annoying it can be when you're in the flow making a video, then boom, the unexpected lawnmower guy shows up. If you're looking for a 5-star international house sitter that treats your pets like my own and is available for last-minute emergencies when you need to travel on a short notice, shoot me an email. The link is in the description. And if you're interested in traveling the world while taking care of pets as a house sitter, feel free to email me. Okay, fam. All right, I think the people mowing the lawn are finally finished, so now we can continue with the video. Okay, so here are 8 actionable steps that you can take today to help you break free from the trap of comfort and convenience. All right, so the first is go somewhere you've never been alone. So you can do this today right in your neighborhood. You can go to a museum, you can go to a cafe, you can go somewhere in your neighborhood, local, that you've never been. When I was living in Montclair, New Jersey, I lived right on the block where the museum was. And I never went in there. I never went in the museum. I'm thinking about that now. And I lived right on the block where the museum was. So it's possible to live in a certain place all your life and not go to many of the attractions that are there. So go somewhere different just to do it. Now the benefit of that is, first of all, your mind will become more aware of your surroundings, right? Because it's something new and different. So it will help you focus on what's going on around you, and it'll make you feel good. Trust me. Yeah, it'll make you feel very good. And it's a first step that you can take to help break you out of the cycle of being comfortable and always having a convenience around you, right? Number 2, try a new food or cuisine. Now this one is fun. If you're thinking about taking a trip to India or Africa, go to an African restaurant. Go to like a Nigerian restaurant or a restaurant that serves food from Ghana. You can do these things. You can travel locally through food. Now, when you go to like an international restaurant, make sure, okay, now this is a good tip. Make sure that you go to a restaurant that has locals from that country actually eating in that restaurant, especially if you're in the States. For example, don't go to a Chinese restaurant in the hood, okay? Because they're serving, I don't know what it is they're serving. They're serving you sauced up garbage. The Chinese food that they serve in America is worlds away from what they actually eat over there. So when you choose your restaurant, whether it's Korean, whether it's Indian, make sure that you see, like for example, if you're going to an Indian restaurant, make sure you see locals who are Indian actually eating in that restaurant. If you're going to a Chinese restaurant, make sure you see a bunch of people from China actually eating in that restaurant, because that's when you know that they're serving authentic food and you'll get more of an authentic experience. That's a big tip, okay? If you see a bunch of Americans eating at this Korean restaurant, you don't see any Koreans in there eating, avoid it, all right? That whole fusion nonsense, it's nonsense. They're serving like a whole bunch of sauced up trash, because they can serve anything in the US, right? We know that. Talk to a stranger every day. And this doesn't have to be like a long conversation. You can just say, hi, how are you? Something simple. This will help you build confidence in using your voice to speak to people. Even if you're not traveling anywhere, this is a good thing to do, just to kind of help you break out of your comfort zone. Speak to strangers every day, at least one. All right. Next, limit social media and entertainment. And I'm also going to add on to that, when you are on social media, look at channels where people are actually doing the things that you want to do, okay? So give yourself a break from scrolling, mindless scrolling, all right? Really don't do that. Try not to do that. And that will just help you focus more on what it is you want to do. That will give you the time you need to do more self-reflection. So for example, when you find yourself mindlessly scrolling through social media, go outside and take a walk. Not only that, but bring a journal with you. So you can sit down, go to a park or something, and write how you feel. Write what you see. Write whatever you want. Okay? If you like drawing, you can do that. Just draw outside. Do something different, right? Mindless scrolling is no good, no matter what. Give yourself more time for self-reflection, so you'll be less bored, and it also helps you move towards your goals. Take a different route to work or home. So if you go to work every day and you take the same route, take a different route. Just kind of change it up a little bit. That's a small thing you can do today to help you break free from the trap of comfort and convenience, right? You might discover a cafe that you didn't know was there. Say yes to something that you would normally say no to. So I'm sure you have friends and family that are into activities that maybe you're not that interested in. But if they ask you to come along, like to some type of event, just say yes, just for the experience of it, even if you're not that interested, because again, you're trying to stretch yourself, you're trying to grow. And the thing is, you might think that you're not interested in it, and then you go to this event and you find out that you really enjoy it, right? Again, you don't know what you don't know. So when people invite you to events that you don't think you'd be interested in, instead of saying no, say yes, just to go and see, just for curiosity's sake, because you might find that you really enjoy it. Learn a new skill that intimidates you. You can learn the language, you can take up a cooking class. Let's say if you're going to South Korea, take up a cooking class. It could be any new skill that makes you nervous a little bit, right? Like maybe you're scared to dance in public. Take a dancing class, And again, these are small things you can do on a regular basis to get out of your comfort zone, to grow more, right? To expand as a person. The last tip that I have for you is ask for help from strangers. This could be something as small as like asking for directions. Go somewhere you haven't been before, even if you know where to go. Just pick a stranger if you're taking a walk or whatever and ask them for directions. Ask them something small. Ask them if they've been to a certain cafe before. And what this does is this helps you build connection with people. And it puts you in the mind state of it's okay to ask questions, right? So you feel less intimidated to ask somebody you don't know for help in some type of way. And that's it for this video. I know this is going to be helpful to somebody for sure. These are small steps that you can take today that will help you break free from the trap of comfort and convenience, especially when you have a big goal out there, you want to travel, you want to do something that intimidates you. These are small steps you can take to build your confidence up to help move you towards your goals. If you like what you see and you're feeling the vibe, then again, subscribe and join the tribe. Watch out for the next video because I have a fantastic interview coming up from an American that took their first trip to, you gotta wait and see. So that's it for this video. Thank you for being here. This is Ronnie Light signing off, encouraging you to do the things that's best for you. Know that you're worth it and always go where you love.